Cool, perfect.
Hi, Jason.
Hey Neil, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks. How is the mood in the group after the weekend?
Yeah, obviously really disappointed. We felt it was a game that we'd set up well into the second half, and obviously let that slip. So that was really disappointing. So yeah, the boys were gutted in the sheds after, but they're a good crew. We got our recovery done on Monday. We also had the extra day, and they've been really positive. We had a really good session then, actually, plenty of energy on the pitch. So they've bounced back well.
Is it a case that you're leaving yourself too much defending to do, and in the end it's going to catch up with you?
Yeah, you look at the first 2 weeks, we've made over 200 tackles in each game, and we only did that, I think, once last year against Sarries at the Stoop, as it was. It chews up a lot of physical juice, and it chews up a lot of mental energy as well. Now, how we shift that dial, obviously, we're spending a lot of time on that at the moment. In terms of shifting field possession, but also when we get into that top 50, we've got to make sure that we're taking advantage of more opportunities. If I look at that second half running into the breeze, you're not going to get as many as you're running with it, obviously. So I think we had five crosses at their halfway line, but all 5 we literally turned over on first phase. So if we can build a little bit more pressure and territory and spend a bit more time in opposition half, you're naturally going to start to shift the dial on where you're defending. But yeah, we've certainly chewed up a lot of energy in the first 2 weeks.
You've been a bit short of bodies as well. Any sign of cavalry arriving over the horizon for this weekend?
Yeah, we're looking pretty good the next 2 weeks. We've also got the Argentinian boys finished last week, so we've got them back into the building this week. Obviously, the Lions boys are ready to go in round 3, so we've got Smithy back in the hot seat, which is good. Caden Murley should be returning, and then kind of more next week, hopefully guys like Steph Levis, Luke Northmore, these boys who are back on the training pitch at the moment but not quite ready. But yeah, the next 2 weeks we're looking certainly better than what we have in the first 2 weeks.
How much of a difference is it going to make getting Marcus, your primary controller, I suppose, back on the field?
Yeah, it's huge for us. I think I said a couple of weeks ago, he's our quarterback. He's our guy. He's a British Lion. He loves playing for Quins. He loves playing at the Stoop. Just the energy and the confidence that he brings to the other boys. You know, when you sit in a dressing room and Smithy's in there, you definitely get a boost. And
how's he? Is itching to go?
Yeah, typical Marcus. He's like a fly in a bottle. He's probably wanted to play the last 4 weeks. So he's been bouncing around at training in our team too, and he's brought some really good learnings back from the Lions. I think his preparation and his video work and getting ready for sessions, I certainly think that's been improved. And I think that's purely a case of the people that he spent 3 months with at the Lions. So you can see a lot more maturity in his off-field in preparing. But yeah, he's keen as mustard.
Okay, great. I'll let someone else have a go. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Neil.
Hi mate, I'll jump in if you don't mind then. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, all good, Jack. Yourself?
Good, yeah, very well. I mean, last time I spoke to you was at the Prem opening day, and I think it was about a day before you took over as senior coach. I think you were introduced to us as your former man was ill that day, supposedly. Now, obviously, it's been a couple of weeks or so. How have you personally found sort of settling in with this new title?
Yeah, the first week or two, it was a whirlwind. Obviously a lot more meetings and getting your head around things off the field in that role. So probably my own rhythm of my week, I'll probably feel a lot more settled this week. But there's still things that'll pop up. So I think it'll probably take a month just to get the flow of my weeks right and still maintaining the defence and where I'm actually putting my work, because obviously first and foremost I've got to make sure that the defence is as best as I can get it, and then the extra responsibility of obviously leading the program. So I feel I'm probably coming out of the last 3 weeks where my head was spinning a little bit, if I'm honest, but I certainly feel a lot more settled this week.
No, brilliant. And obviously it's good to hear you last time speaking about the defence and how important that is to you. And now obviously you've got a sort of larger, more broader role now, I guess. Have there been any sort of like surprises within the squad, something that you weren't particularly prepared for, that you've had to sort of, jump on and be like, right, I need to sort that? Anything that stood out for you?
Not anything that needed changing straight away. Like I said, I didn't want to come in and change the world because it didn't need to be changed. But one thing I've probably got my eye in is just changing the mindset of the playing squad to be able to express themselves on the football field, and particularly with the ball. I feel we won some really good games last year with grit and determination and that type of thing, but our boys get really excited by being aggressive with our attack. Now, that's not saying to be loose with it either. Like, there's definitely a balance there, but I think if we can unlock that mindset a little bit, and Harlequins as a club, that's what it's known for. I think our boys feel most confident and most aggressive when those reins are just let loose a little bit for them. So that's probably been something that, have we got there yet? Definitely not. I think it's just going to be a process across the games, and boys seeing evidence of that actually working as well, but that's probably what I'm looking at.
Brilliant. What would the next steps be, do you think, to achieve that?
I think you need to see how we train, and I think for the boys to see how I'll respond, because I think when you're saying you want to go after 4 tries a game, there could be error in that as well, and as long as we're focusing on the right parts of our process, so the boys feel confident that they can keep getting back onto the football and not be worrying about if I make an error and then they go back into their shells, because we've got quite a young squad in certain positions as well. So I firmly believe for our group, the more people we can get confident in themselves to go at the game, errors will come, and that's our job to get them better as coaches, but I prefer that than making error from not being around the football, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. And well, obviously, congratulations on the new role. And that's me all done there. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Good, thanks, you.
Good, thank you.
I mean, talking about unlocking that attacking mindset, does that make the return to Marcus all the more important for you?
Yeah, it does. He's a key driver. When you think Harlequins, you think Marcus Smith, and when Quins are at their best, Smithy's been in the middle of it. So he's a really key driver for us. But I think what we got to be careful of is we don't put everything onto Smithy's shoulders, particularly in his first week back. He hasn't played in a while. It'll probably take him 2 or 3 weeks just to get his own rhythm and get his combination with the boys back again. So, we just let Smithy be himself, but the other boys have to play their role to help that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big season for him, really, isn't it, Jason? Because strange for him last season, started as England's number 1, and then Finn Smith comes in. Now George Ford has made a big case for him. So it's a big season, big couple of weeks for him.
It is, and he also gets bounce position a little bit as well at 10 and 15, and
Yeah.
We even reflected back on that at Queen's, where we could put Jared to 10 and Marcus to 15, whether that was the best option. But we kind of made that decision at the end of last year, like Smithy's our 10, so we don't want to be bouncing him. We want to support him as best we can, so he can play well for club, but also put his best foot forward for England as well.
I mean, you've had a lot of experience in the game. How does he rate us in terms of top outside halves for you, Jason?
Look, I've probably coached 2 boys that are very similar. Quade Cooper, I coached at the Reds, and I saw Quade come through. I think they're both very similar. Some people call them mavericks, but they've just got that genuine point of difference. They see the game quicker than others. They've got great skill set, but they've also got such a good running game as well. Like Smithy's speed across 10 metres is just as quick as our outside backs. So I think in comparing them, I think there's a lot of comparisons between Quade and Marcus.
Yeah, so get punters off their seat and into them in the first place.
Sorry?
they get punters into their seats and then get them off them during the game.
Exactly, and look, we're in the entertainment business as well, and when you're up against football or rugby league and that type of thing, what do people like seeing? They want to be entertained, and there's nothing better than seeing the stoop bouncing when Smithy's in the middle of it.
Yeah. And lastly, from me, Jason, Saracens. I mean, last year they were sort of up and down. I mean, you beat them at the Stoke. This year they've started really well. Owen Farrell back. Different proposition now.
Yeah, that they are and they aren't. I think Saracens are always that DNA. You know what they're going to bring. They're going to be physical. They're going to back their defence. They bring a lot of energy with their individuals. on the pitch. You know, some people say we probably caught them in the jump in the first round at the Stoop, which is fine, but leading into Tottenham, I thought the boys prepared really well for that game and delivered a really good game plan. So, look, we know it's going to take 80 minutes. Saracens are in great form. You know, they've had good preparation this year with the tour to South Africa. You can see they're a really close unit. Owen Farrell's going to obviously bring an extra 15-20% to them. But yeah, we're ready for the challenge. It'll be a good weekend.
Is Alex Dombrandt all right?
Yeah, he's a bit sore. He got a bit banged up, obviously, on the weekend, and we had to take him off. So we'll just give him lighter duties this week just to get him ready for the weekend.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Jason. Go well.
Thanks, Paul.
Jason, just wanted to ask about those two games last season. Given the sort of run-in to those two games, it'd been, you know, a difficult fixture for you. But how much confidence did that give everyone at the club to beat them home and away?
Yeah, it was really good. Like we had a really good preparation leading into Sarries last year at the Stoop. We're coming off some good consistent form, so probably a little bit different this year. We obviously haven't started the year how we've wanted to, but when you knock them over home and away last year, it gives you good evidence that how you want to play. If you're prepared to stick to the task for 80 minutes and put the grind in against Sarries, we can get there. They're also going to be stinging. Like, I can imagine what they're saying at their training facility this week, that they dropped 2 games last year. Like, they'll come out in the first 20 minutes and they'll make a real statement. So we're under no illusions that we're just going to turn up and we're going to win the game. Like, they'll be stinging from losing last year, those 2 games. So our mindset has to be ready to go from the first whistle.
From my memory of it, the game at the Stoop, your defence, which would have pleased you no end, I'm sure, in the second half in particular, was incredible. And then, as you mentioned, at Tottenham, it felt like you were able to maintain a really high standard for such a long time in that game, which I guess are 2 things that you're always aiming for.
Yeah, and if you look at that first game, I think it was 17-14 or 17-13, the score. Defensively, were excellent. I thought our set piece was really strong. Our maul defence in particular stopped a lot of Saracens' entries. And with the ball, whilst we didn't have a lot of ball, probably the one chance that we had to break them open, we took it with Marcus and Lenny when he scored his try. So it's going to be no different. We're not going to get a lot of chances against Sarries this week with ball in hand. So we just got to make sure that when we get it, we're ready to take it and be ruthless. We know we're going to have to tackle, and we know that our set piece is going to have to be strong. So it's almost a rinse and repeat.
What are your takeaways from last weekend? Because I guess there are positives of the way you played first up, and then negatives of you. I mean, you don't want to get too hung up on how it drifted away from you, I suppose, because there's a lot to be pleased about. But I guess most people would look at the end of the game, how you felt at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was probably both ends of the spectrum, if I'm honest. Like, I thought we did some really good things. Obviously, to lead Leicester at Welford Road at 55 minutes, 19-0. I thought the boys played a really mature style of football. The yellow card hurt us, and it's twice now that we've been leading and we've had yellow cards. Didn't handle that period great. And then we just ended up getting stuck when the scoreboard pressure started coming on. We probably tried to play a little bit too much out of our back end, and fair credit to Leicester, their kick chase was excellent. They pinned us in corners and they turned the ball over and they took their chances. So that was really disappointing. I thought we'd set the game up to finish it off. And even with our bench, like, obviously we've got some young boys coming off the bench. That's what I said to the boys after. We're a good enough football team to finish that off. But I mean, fair credit to Leicester. I thought they came back really well in that second half.
Just finally from me, you talked about Saracens. I mean, I was watching their game of the weekend, and the intensity they brought to it was right from the word go. And you mentioned you're going to expect that. How much do you sort of build your team to match that intensity, but at the same time not lose that kind of savviness that you were talking about as well? Yeah,
it's huge, and that's a maturity, isn't it? We know Sarries will try to drag us down with their energy and that type of thing. That's traditionally how they've approached this Harlequins week, so we know that will be coming. We've got to mature in how we handle that as well. But if we get beaten to the punch at contact in the first 10-15 minutes, we're going to be chasing that first half. So, look, we'll build it up. We won't get too high early in the week because we don't want to mentally burn the boys out. They know what's coming. I think we've had a really good start to the week, but we'll definitely build that intensity and excitement through the week.
Thanks, Jason. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you, mate.